An audacious attack on Libya's parliament that has shattered the country's fragile government and now splits its armed forces. One of the men behind the attack, a renegade general, Khalifa Haftar. But who is he? And where did he come from? Once a staunch supporter of Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi. He was cast aside during Libya's disastrous war with Chad in the 1980s, and Gaddafi abandoned Haftar and several hundred other Libyan soldiers who were held as prisoners of war. He set up a rebel brigade against the Gaddafi regime, but eventually sought asylum in the U.S., living a quiet suburban life in Virginia for the next 20 years, fueling speculation that he may have been involved with the CIA. In the power vacuum left behind by Gaddafi, Haftar returned to Libya, only one of many rebel commanders. But Libya's nascent government has failed to maintain control over this vast desert country. Its key cities have fractured into fiefdoms, controlled by militias, many of them Islamic militants. Haftar is now leading the charge in Benghazi, where Islamist and jihadi groups have grown in power and influence since the revolution. And he's now gaining popularity and power as a result. He has won the backing of Libya's special forces, the best trained unit in the country's military. But his grab for power has also threatened to plunge the country into civil war. Libya's parliament chief has ordered the Central Shield of Libya, a loose alliance of Islamic militia, to defend against Haftar's forces. As Libya teeters on the brink, the U.S. and other nations have readied planes to evacuate their citizens if this already lawless situation deteriorates even further. Whatever his ambitions, it's not yet clear whether General Khalifa Haftar will be able to restore order by force. Atika Schubert, CNN, London.